Sure. All right, well, thank you so much for being here with us today. We really appreciate you coming into our space. Would you mind just, for starters, giving us your name and telling us a little bit about Seed?
Thank you for having me here. I'm happy to be here as well. My name is Rufus Idris, and I'm the Executive Director of Seed, that is Christian Evangelistic Economic Development. And actually what we do is we help develop and assist micro-enterprise in Southwestern PA,
Awesome.
Mainly looking at underserved and disadvantaged population as well.
Awesome, awesome.
Thank you.
What's the most influential book that you have read and why?
The most influential book that I've ever read, and I would say I do have a background in community economic development. I do have a master's in that, and one book that I read was the Community Economic Development Movement, a book by William Seaman. And the idea here is how do we start moving people, especially our own people, from the welfare kind of thinking to actually thinking economics and thinking how do we help people actually empower themselves and get themselves out of poverty as against waiting for someone to hand something down to you. So I think it's a very powerful book that really changed the way I think. So most of the time when I think about working with people, I think more how do you empower people so they can empower themselves, so they can help themselves be better.
Wonderful, wonderful. That is definitely something. That is something that we should be mindful in our communities.
Thank you.
What are your hopes and dreams for the community that you serve through your business?
Yeah, I think the hope that I have for the community is I see our community most times where people are really struggling trying to start up businesses. They're really struggling without access to any kind of non-traditional loan fund or source of funding. They're also struggling with technical assistance that can help them actually really get some kind of pragmatic help in starting businesses. So my hope and what I see for the community is I look out for that opportunity where we can all work together and provide all the needed hands-on, one-on-one kind of pragmatic support to entrepreneurs and emerging entrepreneurs that are willing to start up businesses in our community. I look for a day where most of our distressed community today, the way you go around the major business corridor is all empty and there's no businesses there.
Yes.
I look for a day where we can have thriving businesses come back to this community, and these are businesses that are owned by people that lives and grew up in this community as well.
Wow, awesome, awesome. That sort of ties in with my next question. I feel like you are already heading into that direction. Once you're done here, you're getting to that place where you're ready to retire, what type of legacy
Oh, wow.
do you see leaving behind? And that you were sort of leading into that a little bit.
Yeah,
So.
and that's a good question. I mean, the legacy that I would like to leave behind would just be mainly a legacy where you will be remembered as one of those that actually came up with innovative ideas and actually help people revive our current distressed neighborhood.
Yes.
That help us bring in that energy back that is needed in the community. The people can say, wow, thank God for the work that Rufus and team put together. It helped us have the thriving neighborhoods back again. And that's something that can live for a long time. And one of this is it's a project that we're working on now, which is more like a micro-enterprise center. It's a space because we've done so much work assisting businesses to go on major business corridor, but they're not just ready to be there. I mean, the increasing rent, the struggle to compete with bigger businesses
Yes.
is really killing them and kicking them out of the business corridor. So I want to look for, we're working on a project where we can have a space where we can incubate on the 770 businesses first and make sure that they're ready to really compete before they go out there on major business corridors. And that space will be there for the longest. And people can always go through there to get empowered and get ready.
I love it.
Thank you.
For the individual out there that's looking to catch that entrepreneurial spirit, what advice would you give someone starting their first business?
I mean, the advice I would give it's very simple. It's just that it's very easy to start a business, but it's tough to stay in business. So people sometimes go in business thinking it's an easy way out for them to just go start up something and you can make money. The money doesn't just come right away. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of patience, a lot of hard work, and you have to be persistent as well to be able to stay in business and be able to survive. And also don't forget network. I mean, network is very, very important. People that you know will get you there. You can't build a business in isolation and think you're going to succeed. You have to use your networks that you have. You have to build new networks as well. Yes. And at the same time, don't limit yourself to your immediate environment when you're starting a business. It's good to always think local, but at the same time you have to act local, I understand, but you have to think global. I mean, think about how would my product or my services scale up beyond just my immediate environment, because tomorrow there might not be that market for you where you are,
Yes.
but there's a bigger market outside because the world is becoming a global village.
Great advice. Great advice. How difficult is it to do business with the government?
Wow. I know doing business with the government, it's some kind of way, it's very, very difficult. I mean, especially when you don't have anyone holding your hands to really tap into doing business with government. And also, doing business with government, at every time, you never ever get a clear understanding or a simple instruction of how the procedure or the process is. It's always a complicated process. It always requires a lot of documentation. It always requires you understanding changing policy with time. So it's very, very difficult, and I think it's something that I think underserved and disadvantaged businesses, minority-owned businesses are really struggling with to be able to do business with government. And we think we need more effort in that area to provide technical assistance that actually help people do business with government. And I know a couple of agencies in the Pittsburgh area are actually doing a good work trying to help minority-owned businesses tap into working with businesses or doing business with government.
Right. I know you all have some new initiatives going on. Would you mind speaking in reference to some of the new things or the new initiatives that are going on at SEED?
Yeah, I would say a lot is going on, but it's just it's all leading us to our mission and vision for the organization. Is our new initiative will just be, we've been able to pull in a couple of federal resources from the federal government and also some local resources as well. We're able to get funding in from the SBA, been able to get things in from the Department of Commerce, actually the EDA, Economic Development Administration. At the same time, able to get support and funding in from local foundations, such as the Heinz Endowment, and other foundations as well. And what we're targeting to do is, we're targeting 10 major communities, and most of which are distressed neighborhoods as well. How do we start working with the CDCs in this community? And our target is, how do we help you raise, develop, and assist businesses that can serve the purpose of what you want to see in the business corridor? And how do we get these people in this business corridor with all the needed support that they need to start and thrive as business owners? So that's one of the things that we're working on. I think on December 11 of this year, we're going to be having a huge press conference. We'll announce those resources available for local businesses, micro enterprises in terms of loan money, grant money, technical assistance funds. At the same time, we're also working on this big initiative in the Hill District, which is mainly the Miller School. We're acquiring the Miller School. We see most times that micro enterprises actually don't have where they can go and really start off from and get the needed support and wraparound service that they need until they're ready to really compete before they go into the major business corridor. So we're working on the Miller School project, which is mainly going to be the micro enterprise center for the region. And we anticipate that from this area, in the next 5 years, we can help raise 180 micro enterprises that will be going to this respective 10 different neighborhoods as well, which is one of our major initiatives. And in that same building, there will be the incubator space, there will be office space, shared space. There will be a culinary kitchen where people that are into the food industry can have a space, a shared kitchen with all the state-of-the-art amenities that they need to make that happen. There will be a childcare there that's more of an international childcare where your kids can get to interact with kids that are coming from other part of the world, which is what we need in this area because it's becoming a global society. Your kids need to know people from elsewhere so that when they grow up, they know when they go out of this country, they can really blend in well. They really understand the culture and the tradition coming from there. And also we're beginning to work on helping businesses in this area look global. How do we help them tap into larger market? We're beginning to do more like trade mission to countries where we feel there's a huge market for what you're producing here or the service that you provide here in the Pittsburgh area. We just went on a trade mission in August of this year where we had 20 businesses from Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and also New York. We took them to Nigeria, and from that we've had a lot of success story coming out of that kind of exposure that we give the businesses as well. Some are like big businesses, some are like, say, Carnegie Mellon University, Manchester Bidwell Corporation, while some are like small businesses like Mocha Art Gallery, Africa Yetu, DID Associate, and other people within the local area that have also benefited from this trade mission as well.
Wow. My ears are burning over here. I just feel the excitement. You're doing some great things in our community.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for what you're doing. Would you mind saying a few words about the work of Bernard Alexander?
Yeah, I mean, I've known Van for some time now. We've done a lot of work with him. It's just, he's just who he say he is. He's a networking king. I mean, do a lot of work in terms of bringing people together, and we've done some work where we used Van services to get businesses to start thinking of using networks, using social media to actually capture wider and bigger market than the immediate market now. And also, I know he's doing some work. He's doing some new initiative coming up in 2014. We're also going to be partnering with him as well to see how can we get our businesses to take advantage of technology, social media, your networking opportunity. And also he's doing a lot of work right now with crowdfunding. How do we help them start thinking? It's not always about the micro loan or the loan you get from institutions. How you also can you raise funds from just your own network and people that you know, or people that are willing to support your idea and your dreams. So I think it's a great guy. That I call him the networking king.
The networking king. Yeah, that's him. Well, I tell you what, you are doing some awesome work in our communities all over the world, and I'm just thankful for the work that you're doing. Keep up the good work. We need more people like you to keep giving into our communities in the form that you're doing it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
All right.
Thank you.